What's bracking, y'all? This is Tristan J. Winger, and you're listening to The Alternative.
It's your boy Jahan Jones, and you're listening to The Alternative. What's going on? I'm Mark John Jeffries, and I just wanted to say that you are listening to The Alternative.
Hey, this is Coca Brown, and you're listening to The Alternative with my boy, Melvin Taylor.
What up, world? It's your man, Melvin Taylor. I back here for another episode of The Alternative with Melvin Taylor. You can find us every single Monday night, 11:55 p.m. until 2 a.m. on WHCR 90.3 FM New York, the voice of Harlem. And due to this whole COVID-19 quarantine situation, you can currently find us doing the radio show on my YouTube page, Melvin Taylor II. All you gotta do is go to YouTube, type in Melvin Taylor II, and you will be able to listen to the entire show. Man, it's been crazy, y'all. I ain't did this in a minute because we was trying to figure out what would be the best way to be able to get this over to you guys, but was able to finally sit down, sort through that, and present this here episode today. Man, we got so much that we can catch up on, talk about, really get into the crux of everything, right? But I know that most of y'all done already made up your opinions, made up your minds about some of the stuff that's been out there. So I just picked a couple things this week that I'm sure we'd be able to talk about. And if you're able to watch this video, I appreciate you watching it, man. You know, we slimmed it down a little bit. We got the quarantine style video going on, just comfortable, cozy here on the couch right now. But if you're not and you're listening to the audio version, I still love you. I appreciate you. Thank you. Because you are part of the reason why I do this. You are one of the reasons that I'm able to keep going at times when I don't feel like doing it anymore. I appreciate you guys, each and every last one of y'all. So to start off with the show, today's show specifically, we'll do a couple shout outs real quick. Number one, can I shout out to Bone, my guy down there in Atlanta? What up to Bone? Tunes in all the time. Appreciate you, brother, for all the support you're giving me. And also shout out to your daughter, Naomi, who is nothing but an angel. And I greatly appreciate the video that you sent me, Naomi. It helped to motivate me, to keep me going, to make sure that I can continue to do this as often as I can. Bro, I am so dehydrated. I need some more water. Excuse me if y'all hear a lot of that right there. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm and the flow of everything. I am dehydrated as I don't know what. I ain't on air, so I'm dehydrated as hell. I really need to get me some water. But we started this video. I got an old water bottle that's staring at me, but it's dumb old, and I don't know if it's mine, so I'm not gonna touch it. All right, shout out to Bone and Naomi. Thank you so much. Shout out to Tanya for always tuning in. Tanya, you are also an angel. I appreciate all the support that you've been able to give me throughout the entire times, man. Thank you so much to you. Shout out to young Chris, who tunes in on the IG Live. Appreciate you, my guy. Shout out to Brenton, who's always tuning in well out there in the Midwest. Appreciate you, my guy. Can I shout out to Jessica as well, who has been an avid YouTube subscriber, follower from the social media pages, is always on me, asking me when we gonna get the next video, and I love it. I appreciate the enthusiasm that she brings, as well as her opinion when she's able to give that to me as well. Jessica, I greatly appreciate you too. Thank you for everything that you've been doing to help continue to push me as well. And don't worry, I'm gonna take some of that advice. As you see with this video here, and the videos that will be surrounding this video, or the videos that are surrounding this audio, however it is that you getting this, I'm definitely taking that advice. All right, now that we done with the shout outs, Alternative Road, man, y'all know that I have a podcast, the Alternative Road podcast, where I sit down and have conversations with people about how it is that they got to where they are and what makes them tick, so on and so forth. Every time that we have somebody on the show, that's basically what it's about, how it is that they got to where they are at that point in time in their career. And I turned that into the podcast. So if you ever want to listen back to other episodes or other conversations that I've had with people, make sure to go ahead to Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. You'll be able to listen to the Alternative Road podcast. You can go to Spreaker as well and be able to find it. Make sure that you definitely go do that. I got a new episode that will be coming up for you guys. It is with Bird Luciano, who is a hip hop artist out of the city of Chicago. Some of y'all might remember I had a IG Live with him not that long ago, where we had a really cool Q&A session talking about what he's been doing in quarantine, how he's been spending his time. He gave us a freestyle on the air, some of the people he would love to write for, if he ever does write at some point in time in the future, for other artists, obviously. his singing ability, people that inspired him, the things that he's looking to do as soon as quarantine is over with, so on and so forth. We talked about all those things on Alternative Road Podcast. So make sure that you guys are tapped into that this week, because that will be coming out around what today is what, Monday, technically Tuesday. So it's coming out Tuesday. Coming out today, so you're getting back to back from me, bro. Back to back, like my name's Drizzy Drake, and we banging on Meek Mill. It's crazy. Let me stop, bro. Let me stop. I'm just having too much fun. All right, so covered Alternative Road, covered the shout outs. The YouTube channel, man. Some of y'all been asking, what's going on with the YouTube, Melly Mel? You at the crib, bro? You got more time, bro? What's up? I've actually been working on a couple like cool edits, as well as some new intros and outros. In case y'all haven't seen, like if you check some of the latest videos, you'll be able to see some of the intros, outros that I've done with those. And we put a lot of work into that, man. Put a lot of work into those. I hope that y'all are enjoying those as they come. With the YouTube channel, I'm thinking of going in a couple different directions right now. As you guys know, I love doing the reactions. Right? Never gonna stop. No matter if by some chance tomorrow I wake up and I'm as big as Kevin Hart and as big as The Rock, and I'm doing everything in which I want to do and succeeding and killing it in all aspects of my life, I'm still gonna come back and do the reactions just because I love those so damn much. Right? Outside of that, the direction that I'm thinking of going is I'm still going to provide you with these radio videos, still going to give you all the sketches, still going to give you all the vlogs, still going to give you all the Subscriber Saturday videos. And make sure that you go ahead and join the Patreon so that way you can join Subscriber Saturday, where I react to user submitted content, subscriber submitted content. So if you're a subscriber and you're an artist and you want to get your music heard, you want me to hear, you want me to react to it, you can go ahead and join the Patreon. We can make that happen. Hit me up, TheAltWithMel@gmail.com to make that occur. Now, with the direction in which I'm going to be going in, I'm going to be trying a lot more things just because I feel as if I've been kind of pigeonholing myself by just sticking to one aspect, which if you know me, you know I hate doing that. I cannot just do one thing all the time. It drives me crazy because I know that I can be successful at so many different things. So with the YouTube channel, I think I might branch out with some more of the music in which I'm going to be doing on the channel moving forward. A la Jessica, that's what you come in at. But just know that I'm still going to be consistent with the hip hop that you guys want. I'm going to do a lot more R&B that you guys want too. Y'all know I still ain't listened to that Division album yet, and I got to get to it because I heard that it is crazy, and I can't wait to listen to that, man. I absolutely cannot wait to get to that. So I'm just excited overall about the direction in which the channel is going to go in, and I hope that you guys will continue to support en masse like you have been, and let's just keep it going to see where the channel ends up taking us all, bro. I got a lot of plans. A lot of big plans for what I want to do with the YouTube channel. So as long as you guys are just staying down, staying committed, staying 10 toes in with that, I'm going to do the exact same and continue to provide you guys with more and more content all the time. All right. Albums that I've listened to. I listened to Kanye West's EP earlier today. Which one is it? Let me pull it up actually, because I was listening to it and I had just a couple comments about it, right? So I didn't download it, did I? No, I didn't. Don't you hate when you thought you did something, but you really didn't? Like when you thought you sent a text to somebody and you check 6 hours later and you're like, oh, actually, I didn't send that last text. So I'm the butthole in this situation, right? Or we on YouTube, we ain't on air. I'm the asshole in that situation, right? Excuse me, Naomi, if you're hearing that. It's a adult word. Leave that alone. Kanye West's EP, To Feel Alive, right? I didn't love it. Now, I'm not the hugest Kanye West fan. I haven't listened to Isolation. I haven't listened to Poor Vita. I have listened, some of her singles that have been popping. I did hear some of those, right? And the style that I get from her most oftentimes is relatively good. And where is the one song that I absolutely... I know she does it, right? Hold on. Yeah, I was about to say, I know I ain't tripping. Solita though, that's on fire. Solita. That song is amazing, bro. That song is absolutely amazing. Overall, what I'm saying about the To Feel Alive EP, none of them songs are Solita. None of those. But I do like I Want War But I Need Peace. That's the third song on there. I do like that one, mostly because y'all know I'm a sucker for a good piano riff, bro. You play some piano keys, you got my heart, bro. You got me. And on I Want War, she does that. That song was a standout for me. The rest of them just kind of blended into the background. I was trying to feel where they was going, but at times it felt a little too experimental to me, but I don't want to ever put anybody in a box. So I can't knock her for doing that. If that's her entire wave. Again, I haven't listened to it. This is her first project in entirety that I've listened to personally. So I want to give it a second listen to see what it is that I believe, what it is that I think. And I also want to go back through the rest of her catalog to see. So if you are a big Kali Uchis fan, please let me know what else I should be checking out about hers. Because Solita fire, bro. I will listen to Solita until the end of time. That's how good that song is. And if I know that potential is there, I just have to get tapped into the rest of it to see, all right, where is it not type of thing. Same thing with Janae Aiko's music. I'm like, all right, a couple songs here and there that I absolutely love. The rest of them I just ain't got through because I don't feel like having that. It's like a burden sometimes when you listen to it. Same way I feel like when I listen to Adele music, where I'm like, I don't want to be in that mood, so I'm not really listening to it. That's not to say that it ain't good. I just don't want to be in that mood, so I'm not going to listen to it type of thing. And going back to the Kali Uchis To Feel Loved EP, the third song that I mentioned earlier, I Want War, is definitely the one that would end up getting put on the playlist. But the rest of them, I'd have to hear it again. Maybe they might be some growers on me type of thing. We'll probably check in next week to see if any of those have grown on me or if they're going to be on the playlist. By the way, if y'all want my title playlist, I got a title playlist exclusively that you can listen to. I'll probably put that in the description somewhere. But if you want the Apple Music and the Spotify playlist, you're going to have to join the Patreon for those, because those is high-key fire. Those is amazing, bro. Those is amazing. I can't give out all the goods, man. Y'all got to go hit me up on Patreon to get some of that, bro. All right. Sketch comedy. Obviously, with the whole COVID quarantine situation, sketch comedy, all the sketch comedy that I do is right now on pause. But we are looking at a mirage of ways, a cornucopia of ways, I should say, to be able to come back and provide you guys with all the hit content that we know that me and the squad can provide, man. It's just been kind of crazy because we're supposed to be preparing for our third sketch show at this point, and we ain't even get one before quarantine kicked off. It's kind of upsetting, but it is what it is. This is really a time when you can kind of hone in on some of the talents that make you as good as what you are. And I'm going to save the rest of that for later on the back end, because I'm going to speak about what I've been doing in quarantine with a little bit of writing. So I'll get to that as well. But my birthday this Friday, as of this recording, I'm going to be 28, bro. That's crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Like, the fact that I've been on this planet for 28 years blows my damn mind, bro. Like, I can't even believe it. Like, how fascinating is that? Like, I'm almost 30. That's crazy. But it's also a sense of, like, purpose that I've been running into as of late with this turn. I wanted to save this for later, but I kind of want to go into this right now. So excuse me for the detour. Right. I might, should I just, yeah. It's like a sense of purpose that I've been coming across over the past year that's been hitting me out of nowhere. Right? Like, I know that I have purpose in this world. That's not something I'm debating. I know that I have meaning within this world. That's not something that I'm debating. But when I specifically talk about this new gust, this new wind, this new breath air that I'm feeling in, it's kind of like, what are you gonna do? You know how when basketball players start creeping up in age and they start talking about how they want to be remembered, what their legacy is gonna be like, right? That's kind of what I've been feeling as of late. Like, all right, are you just gonna be the YouTube guy? Are you just gonna be the radio guy? Are you just gonna be the I bounced around the New York City sketch comedy scene guy? Like, what are you gonna do? What is your foundation? What are you building upon? What are you building? What are you putting out there in the world for people to be able to be affected by, changed by, be better because they saw your work? What are you doing with that? That's what's been hitting me as of late. And it's always been something that's been on my mind. Like, I've always been weird like that, right? Ever since I can remember, like maybe being a teenager, I've always been like, what am I gonna leave this earth with? What is gonna be my defining mark on this planet, right? But I don't know, man. It's really been heavy these past couple weeks, being like, I need to be more purposeful with what it is that I do. I need to be more efficient, more diligent, more on it about what it is that I want to do, so that I can be this guy that I want to be. We all have that image of that man, that woman, that person, right? That being that we want to be. And as of the past few weeks, it's been hitting me more and more that I need to be more of that which I want to be and less of what I am right now. I don't think that's a bad thing. You can view that a couple different ways and say, well, why are you slighting yourself right now? And I don't think that's a slight against myself at this current state, but I think that it's becoming of me to say, for me to get to where I want to go and be who it is that I want to be and live the life that I want to live and leave behind everything that I want to leave behind, like for my family, for my friends, for the world to be able to be changed by, I gotta fix the inside of me first to be able to fix and change everything else. So I don't know if anybody else has ever been feeling like that or ever felt like that or going through something like that. But if you have, man, please let me know down below, because I think legacy is a very interesting thing. And it's something that I love diving into. And as a matter of fact, we will be diving into that, especially when we get to, not after group chat, but after Say It With Your Chest. We definitely going to be getting into that a little bit later on. All right. Group chat news. First things that we got to talk about that was going on in the group chat, right? Insecure. I hope y'all seen the first couple episodes, because we about to go ahead and dive right on into the latest one that I watched after I watched The Last Dance and Westworld last night. So with Insecure, right? Last night's episode was a lot of things. We got to see more of Molly and Issa going back and forth. Are they going? What's happening? They started to throw the jabs, like they was having a face off a little bit in the grocery store. I was kind of concerned, like I don't know if they friendship gonna make it past the next episode, type of thing. And you can kind of see it's I liken it to whenever you've been a friend of somebody for so long, so much that y'all know almost too much about each other, that y'all become too comfortable with one another and start saying anything to each other. And on one aspect, while that person may be correct, the other person can say, yo, like, I know we cool, but I don't need to hear that from you when I'm already dealing with that myself. Like, we can still be honest with each other, but we don't have to be blunt honest in that way. And at the same time, I may not be in the same space in which I was before, so that type of honesty might not work for the person that I am right now, right? That's where Issa and Molly are. Like, Issa is figuring things out, going along with her block party, got the whole Condola thing in the mix with Lawrence that we're gonna get into. Molly is just starting to figure out stuff on the dating ends, figuring out stuff with work, but also got the Condola thing to where she's like, she's becoming more of Issa's friend than me. I don't like this. I don't think Issa sees it that way. But Molly's also taking shots at, why you friends with Condola when she around here messing with Lawrence? And Issa's like, it's cool. It's an interesting dynamic that's going on there, man. I can't wait till the pot boils a little too much and the lid pop off, because I know that Issa and Molly cutting each other is going to be must-see TV. Boy, sign me up for that. Sign me up for that. All right. Next, we kind of talked about Molly a little bit in that. I just think that Molly right now, her trajectory, I feel bad. I feel bad because I don't want the dynamic duo to break up. But I think that foreshadowing we saw when Kelly and Amanda Seales' character, I'm forgetting her name right now, excuse me. When Kelly and Amanda Seales' character stopped being as close, it was kind of one of those things where I was like, all right, at some point in time, same thing is probably going to happen with Issa and Molly. Now, we don't know when that might occur. We don't know when that's gonna happen, but we know it's gonna happen this season because we opened up the series with, I'm not really messing with Molly like that anymore. So it's kind of like, okay, well, what's up? What's gonna happen next? But we'll see. We'll see. I'm just here for all the mudslinging, man. And Molly, please, I'm glad she let the whole thing with her pops go. Just because I hate to see family be divided like that. I understand that it's not the most ideal situation and it's not what you thought that it was always gonna be, but that's your pops, man. And mom stuck around, and pops ended up figuring things out for the better, kept everything alive, still worked hard for y'all. Please, just let that go. I'm glad that she did. Okay, I don't want to do any more Molly talk. Can we just get into the rest of it? Are you serious, bro? Wow. All right, well, I gotta cut my camera off. I guess this is just gonna be an audio episode that y'all about to get for right now, because my card got full. That's it. I gotta take a bunch of stuff off that card. Anyway, all right. Up next, Kelly. Can Kelly please get a full episode, y'all? I would love for Kelly to get a full episode. I just want to see why Kelly is the way she is and what her regular life is like. If it's tough, show me how tough it is. If it's fun, show me how fun it is. I think it would be a nice character break from the main story, especially since we're getting more episodes this season. To really dive into her, because I was having a conversation with a friend and they were saying, bruh, I'm tired of Kelly popping up and doing this and doing that. She's just a filler character. She don't have no substance to her. And I'm saying, man, look, Kelly is like this because that's how she is. Oh wow, I completely threw that off. Let me take that back. I got thrown off by something. The reason that Kelly is like this is because that's how she's written, but you're able to give her more depth, more character, more story through the writer's room. Not to say that Insecure ain't doing a great job. They're doing a fantastic job. I would just love more background on Kelly, because I want to know how she dealt with the whole Amanda Seales situation. My friend having a baby and this baby gonna come in between our friendship. No, I need me some time, right? I want to see how she deals with that. How does Kelly deal with work? Kelly always coming in with the one-liners, but where's all this coming from? What's going on in her regular? Man, just show me more Kelly, bro. Show me more Kelly, please. I need a full Kelly episode. Also, I remember that the actual person that's playing Kelly, I am misremembering her name right now, forgive me, but I know that she got a deal with HBO, and I believe she's also writing on Black Lady Sketch Show. When is that show coming out? Because I need more information on that. I know that quarantine, so ain't nothing being worked on right now, but I would love to know if we can get everything all is right starting this Friday. Whoop whoop birthday. What's the timeline for us to be able to get that? Because I want to support that 100%. All right. Quick couple more things so we can just wrap up the Insecure talk. Derek, who is Amanda Seales' character's, Tiffany is her name. There it is. Got it. Derek and Tiffany. All right. Amanda Seales' character's name is Tiffany. Is that baby really Derek's? Or is it somebody else's? Because remember that whole thing when Derek had to get out for a little while? She kicked him out the house, but she had a thing with a co-worker, but Derek said he handled it. What was all of that? Why are we still trying to figure that out? Can we please get the answer for that? Is that why we getting 10 episodes? Is that finally gonna blow up? Definitely let us know that. Chad is an all-time favorite character of mine. Neil Brown Jr., you doing an amazing job as Chad, bro. Please keep it up. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up, because you are killing it. I love it. I love it 100%. Please don't ever change. You keep me. You are like the guy Kelly for us, bro. If Lawrence is Issa, you are Kelly. Derek could be Molly. I mean, we had more Chad before, so maybe they can split the Molly role. I don't know. Either way, I love Chad's character. Keep it going. All right, Condola and Lawrence, where I wanted to get to. Here's the thing, guys. Lawrence got to get over some of these insecurities he got. Because if you and Condola are having a good time, even if her friend is dumb drunk and is saying, oh, I'm glad that she's moving on, you know, doing her thing, doing her own thing, needs to get out and have some fun. And if you are categorized as the fun, yes, you can have that conversation so that way you can be more upfront and honest about where you guys are in your relationship. But if you're having a good time, man, just enjoy it for what it is. But if you're actually trying to settle down, then actually do that. But in order to do that, you got to be clear on what's happening. You got to have those conversations more so up front so that you know what it is that you're getting into, bro. Because if we keeping it a buck, Lawrence done hopped around from a few relationships. I'm still rooting for the guy. I still team Lawrence all day. Don't get me wrong. I still want Lawrence to succeed. But the conversation that they had in the kitchen last night after a friend and listen, this was Condola, baby girl, why in the world is you gonna ask if Issa wouldn't have cheated, would y'all still be together? Of course we would. But she did, so I left. And they gave it a moment where Lawrence had to sit back and think like, would we still be together? And I'm like, bro, we all know that they would be. I don't think Issa would have left. I don't think Lawrence would have left. I think they would have just figured it out somehow, some way. Maybe in due time they would have broken up to some of y'all. I don't think they would have. I think they would have figured it out. I think they would have had a big fight. I hate you too. And then came back together. Just because that's how they are. How can I say that's how they are? Because I'm looking at everything else that's going around them. They in the same friend group. They don't really socialize outside that friend group. And if they do, you're brought into the friend group. Their circles are too small for them to not want to get back together to figure it out. And they got 5 years on. 5 years and they keep running into each other. This ain't a 5 years and then I'm moving across the country. 5 years, you're not going to see me no more. 5 years, we don't talk no more. No, it's none of that. This is a 5 years. We broke up last week, but I see you down the street. I see you across the street. I see you at this event. I see you at that event. Oh, our friends are married, so we happen to see each other type of thing, right? They gonna end up back together. And I want you to bookmark this episode to know that they gonna get back together. Just do that for me. Because I'm telling you right now that it is for sure going to happen. They're going to get back together based off of this episode alone. I'm just saying. And then you gonna end it with Lawrence checking out everybody's IG story, right? And with him checking out everybody's IG story, he sent the laughing emoji to Issa. Y'all can go check my tweet thread. I was like, oh, bro, game over. And she started typing, so she gonna reply. And it's late. Game over. They gonna get back together. But before we hop off this insecure topic, one last thing about Condola. Where was she at when she said she had a romantic getaway? And she was supposed to go to the concert with Issa, but didn't show up. But she also wasn't at Lawrence's house. Somebody ain't being truthful. Maybe that plays back into the conversation that her and Lawrence had. But Condola, what you doing, baby girl? If you play in the field, let Lawrence know you play in the field, so that way y'all can both play the field. But don't say that we exclusive and we not. Not saying that she did, but then don't let me come over for Thanksgiving. Be like, no, I don't think it's cool that you come. Tell me that. Because when she said I didn't really invite you over, you kind of invited yourself over, that was clear as day. For Lawrence right there, bro, that's when you needed your boy to be there to be like, hey, bro, no, she's seeing other people. Get out of there. Abort this right now till y'all have the talk about what's going on. Because y'all on different timelines. Y'all are in different mental spaces. Figure this out. All right, that was insecure right there. What we got next? Group chat news. In case anybody is just now listening in, we are in the group chat news segment where we're just talking about the different things in which you'll be sending around in the group chat to your friends. The beat battles. Is Dr. Dre and Diddy really going to be up next? Everybody know that Swiss Beats and Timbaland have their versus beat battles, right? And the last one, Teddy Riley and Babyface, was really dope. I didn't watch it. Excuse me. I watched some of the replay because it was like the second or third time that they tried, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. But from what I heard, it was amazing. And then somebody, I think Dre hopped on and said he was interested in doing one. Somebody asked Diddy in a separate video. He said he was interested. Dre versus Diddy would be great. But for them talking about, oh, that's got to go on pay-per-view. That's got to go on this. That's got to go on that. I don't know about that. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. That's a no for me, dog. I'm not paying for that. Now, I think a part of me not paying for it is because, bro, you could sell this idea and it could be a TV show. You can cut a network deal with somebody right now about this based off the numbers that y'all getting online. Put it on TV, have it cut, and have everybody watch it. And say, we went from Instagram to TV just like that. Now, through the commercials that I watched, that can be the paying that y'all get. I'm not finna pay $20 to watch y'all do a beat battle, though. That's not finna happen. Now, if you want to go to somebody's website and be like, oh, yo, go on here and do it. Now, if you want to get some ad sponsorship through there, you can do that too, bro. But the producer in me is like, bro, find one of these networks. Like Fox, this seems like a Fox thing that would happen in a heartbeat. Fox would be like, y'all want to do a versus beat battle? Cool. Swiss, Timbo, creators. We're going to throw such and such on to produce, such and such on to produce. We're going to throw Nick Cannon on to produce because he's doing everything over here at Fox. And we're going to roll this out and make this happen. Matter of fact, Nick Cannon going to host it. I don't know how it's going to get to that point, but you know that Nick Cannon going to host it somehow. I just think that, man, if they going to really do the Dre and Diddy one, put that on TV, bro. Put that on TV. You would definitely get probably more than 500,000 people to watch on IG, which would be special. It would be a moment. But we know that per IG servers, they ain't equipped to handle all that. They like the New York State Department of Labor right now. They need more bandwidth. They need some milk. They need some milk to be able to make that work. Since they can't, put that on TV, man. Everybody sitting at home right now. We can go ahead and watch it that way. Or what's one of these streaming services that could work? Urban Movie Channel, what's good? All right, I'm going to go to all the black streaming services first just to say, talk to me. What's going on? Y'all want these audience? Bring us in. Pay us the money. Let's make it happen. You know? Now, they ain't working. Go to Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, who I'm gonna talk a little bit more about later. You can figure that out that way. I just think that that's something that should be talked about because I'm tired of our ideas just being like taken out from underneath us. And I would love it if they could just move along faster with this one so that way it's solidified rather than having to wait on something else to happen for it, if y'all get what I'm saying. All right. Kanye West, y'all. Yeezy. He's officially a billionaire. What was the first thought that crossed my mind when this happened? The first thought that crossed my mind was how proud I am of Kanye. I'm proud, but I'm also mad. The reason that I'm mad about it is because he's just taking a turn for the worst at this point. I'm a little bit more liberal. Still, I want people to get their money. I still want people to get their money. But I'm pretty liberal. A lot of things that Kanye's been saying, very conservative. So we got some disagreements. No problem with that, right? I'll sit down, have a conversation with anybody, and only speak on what I can speak on. If I can't speak on something, I'm not going to speak on that. I just hate the fact that it won't be celebrated the same way in which it was if we still had Kanye that was on the same pathway in which we were on, right? If he wasn't being so crazy, I feel like this would be something that would be so celebrated, so hyped up. But because people don't look at him the same way, it don't feel as good anymore. It's kind of like a distaste type of thing. And I read some of the Forbes article that they put up, and it just had a sense of like the person was not trying to paint him in the best light. So I hopped away from it. I was like, I got all the info that I needed. But I'm glad that he's officially a billionaire. But the main memory that popped up for me was how many times I had played graduation when I was trying to finish all my coursework to graduate in college. And that was, I could say for me, the true time that I fell in love with that album. Now, obviously, I listened to it when it came out, for damn sure, and I loved it. But it hit a second stride with me when I was trying to graduate and I'm listening to the album, doing my homework. You know, Flashing Lights, amazing song. I feel like Drunken Hot Girls don't get its just due either. Good Morning. Ooh, 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 ooh. So good. So good. Stronger. So good. Like, it's so many hits in that. So many hits in that. I'm just very excited that Kanye was able to do this, man. And I'm interested in seeing how he's going to move forward. You know? Now that you have this billionaire status, now that you're on this plane, you got this huge platform. You're a billionaire, Yeezy. Is Donda really going to be everything that you want it to be? Are you really going to be able to move forward with a lot of these projects? Do Yeezy still need to cost $300 from Adidas? Because I ain't got that. You know, maybe drop a bunch for like 90 and then pop them back up so I can grab some. It'd be dope. Now, I know that Forbes listed him at 1.3 billion. Through Kanye's Sexy says it's at 3.3 billion. So I'm gonna wait for official confirmation on that. Not saying I don't believe Kanye, but I don't believe Kanye. So I'm gonna wait for Forbes to say there's actually 3.3 billion and he's that big of a billionaire. I know that they do attribute a vast majority of that wealth to his Yeezy line, which makes sense. Very influential line. But what is he gonna do? I love the ownership aspect that Kanye has going on. In case y'all don't know, Kanye, for comparative size, the acres of land that he bought in Wyoming, someone compared them to having, imagine the entire city of Chicago, and if you owned 1/15 of the city of Chicago, that's how much land Kanye has out there in Wyoming and what he's going to use to build the Donda space. I wonder what the rules, regulations, and all of this stuff are out there for that, because with, what do I want to say? With it being like, I know that there were some noise ordinances that were established and people out there, his neighbors were mad because he was playing his music too loud when he had his album debut for the Ye album. And I wonder how that's going to go over if he's actually moving forward with building infrastructures there, if he's going to be building buildings there. You know, people are going to be living there to use it as a creative space. How tough is that going to be? If you can't have noise level above a certain amount, everything going to be insulated. Cool. If not, what's going on? Maybe you need to move to Operation Idaho, buy some land there. You're a billionaire now, so you can do it. What's good? What's good? Man, Kanye a billionaire, bro. Kanye a billionaire. Another memory that came to mind with me about that, man, back when I was looking for a job out here in New York previously, and I would just be like working on all my projects that I'm doing now, like everything that you guys are starting to see. And whenever I lose motivation, I just put on Last Call by Kanye and just listen to him tell his story about going from doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers, moving to New Jersey, trying to make it into the rock, and eventually getting on and getting that deal. And it gives me so much motivation, so much hope that I'm like, I can do it too. You know, without saying Yeezy taught me type of thing. You feel me? So congratulations to Kanye. I wish that it was going to be as celebrated as it should be. I know it's not due to where he is in our current space now, but congratulations to him for damn sure. Because that's one amazing accomplishment for him to be able to pull off, bro. Can't say I saw him being the second one to reach a billy. In no way did I see that coming. But congratulations to him, man, for damn sure. All right. Last thing on group chat news. Have y'all been watching the news lately? In In case you hadn't, the Pentagon released 3 videos about UFOs. Yes, you heard that correctly. The Pentagon released 3 videos about UFOs. So does that mean that aliens walk among us? Does that mean that we have actually had aliens visit planet Earth? Pretty damn sure that's what it means, guys. Pretty positive that means that we have had extraterrestrial life touch down on this planet, be in our atmosphere, be in our ozone layer. It said that these videos came from a private company that had been storing them. And I find it funny that people are like, all right, we got a national test for COVID-19. Can we do anything now? Aliens, guys, aliens have been here. Like, just turning the attention away from all of that is very, very interesting to me. I want to stay updated on this alien situation to see if we find out more videos, but how crazy is that they basically admitted that? So I guess you could say that they're real? Are they friendly? I hope. We don't need nothing like any of the movies that y'all be showing, bro, because certainly, bro, if this virus taking us out like this, boy, oh boy, we in trouble. We in trouble. Some aliens really start having issues with us, man. Straight up. All right. Say it with your chest. Next segment that we're moving into, man, where we're going to go even more in depth about some topics that I would love to speak with you guys about. First thing first, we're going to talk about my man LaMelo Ball and the Ball family. Big Baller brand. Go out there, cut you some grass so that you can afford some shoes. Because if you ain't got none, you ain't a big baller. All right? Why do I want to talk about LaMelo Ball? Why do I want to talk about this young man? The reason that I want to speak about this young man, simply because he is in a league of his own, ladies and gentlemen. No, I did not mean that he is restarting the JBA and he's going back there to play. No, that does not mean that I think he is going to be the greatest thing ever to touch the basketball court, right? But what I do think is that this man is head and shoulders above anybody else at this point in time going into the NBA, going into professional sports, I'll say. Why is that? Why do I think that? Am I crazy? Is it fair to say that LaMelo Ball might have the greatest story going into the NBA? Is that fair? Because I think it is. I think that you can make a legitimate case that LaMelo Ball might have the greatest story going into the NBA, especially from a black ownership standpoint and what he could do next. I don't think anybody's touching this. I can't really count Jordan in any of that because Jordan didn't come in with expectations such as a LeBron, a Zion, or what a LaMelo will have on him, right? He just simply rose to be the greatest of all time. I'll get more to that later, who I think is the GOAT, right? And I think the reason, or the primary reason that LaMelo is in a league of his own, that he has the greatest story going into the NBA, is because all the adversity he had to face to get here, and now the things that he has at his disposal. All right, Melvin, talk to me. What you talking about, right? Okay, we know the story, right? He's the youngest of the Ball brothers. LeVar been saying from the beginning he's going to be the best one out of all of them. And I understood what he meant. Growing up in a basketball family, right? Growing up in a sports household, the younger one, because they start out so early and they get to play up in competition, always will have an advantage on the guys at their age because they have to do so much more to compete with the guys that are older than them, that by the time they get to the guys their age, they like, oh, I'm looking to shoot like barbecue chicken, right? Same thing with my little brother. My little brother was in 4th, 5th grade playing with me in high school. Like I was in a league where we were playing like during the fall, winter time, and a little bit during the summertime. And if we didn't have an extra, my little brother would come in to play point guard. Now he out there getting a shot block, getting it thrown, right? Going to the basket, getting knocked down, all of that. But at that point, he's learning how to play against guys that are that much bigger than him. He's learning, this is how I gotta shoot. This is where I gotta position. Okay, I gotta analyze so much more right now that by the time he gets down to the guys that are around him, he like, oh, I got this. LaMelo Ball has been doing that. LaMelo Ball was what? I think he still in grade school when he was playing on a high school AAU team with his brothers, because they were already dominating, right? Winning state championship after state championship, killing the AAU circuit, killing everybody that they playing, right? He goes from that. Lonzo goes to UCLA. LiAngelo's supposed to go to UCLA. LaMelo's supposed to go to UCLA. Lonzo goes to the league. LiAngelo goes to UCLA. You have the whole China situation. Now, that puts the rest of them in jeopardy. LiAngelo gets pulled out. Instead of going to another school, which I definitely thought they should have done at the time, right? They go and play Lithuania. LaMelo gets pulled out of high school, has to go play in Lithuania with his brother. Big learning experience for him. He now has to see the game through a pro eye. Yes, he's still a kid. Yes, he's still going to do kid things. But he now has to look at things as a grown man that has to feed his family. And yeah, he's getting money from, I guess you could say probably getting money from Facebook, probably getting money from the brand. Or maybe them all might be going to the family in a separate fund, so that way his collegiate eligibility was never in question, which is, I believe, what happened. Don't know for sure, but I think that's what happened to me, because that's what would be the most ideal if I still want you to go to college. I still want you to go to UCLA, right? So I'm not going to put your athletic eligibility in jeopardy. You ain't making no money. All that is going over here. You ain't touching a dime of that, right? Lithuania. Goes there for a little bit, then it's like, all right, man, I'm kind of tired of this. LiAngelo goes to the draft, doesn't get drafted. Now he has to figure out what he wants to do next. Same time, LaMelo is like, okay, bro, I want to go back to America and finish out my high school career. Pops is like, all right, cool. Okay, cool. We can do this. We can do this. But how can we do this? All right, first, let's go ahead and do this JBA thing. Let's see if we can get some some players to play in this. JBA, I understood what he was doing. I definitely understood what LeVar was doing, and that plays a huge role into everything else that's gonna go on. Forgive me if I'm messing up the timeline of the JBA, but it's more important overall for the story about what's going on, right? Keep all these things in mind. Pulled out of high school, JBA, Lithuania, right? Now he's going back. Now he goes to Spire Academy. Has to again go learn to be on his own. You got to learn how to be a grown man. He gets his agent or his manager, Jermaine Jackson, who's the coach at that point in time, right? Who was a pro before, understands what LeVar is trying to do. And it's like, I'm on the same page that you on. We're going to treat this young man how I was treated, how we're treated as professionals. We're going to make sure he get that same thing and develops into Teflon, right? Rips through the high school circuit like that. Some teams don't even want to play him because they like, nah, you got a professional on your team. Whatever, bro. We ain't doing this. Right? It's like, all right, cool, man. Whatever. Not to mention that my man's grew from being 6'2", 6'3" at this point in time. Throughout this entire time, he's grown to be 6'8" now. He's 6'8" now. And he balling, bro. He's balling. He had to go over there and play with them grown men in Lithuania. He coming back high school circuit balling. Right? So now with him being back, it's like, okay, what is he going to do next? He still wants to fulfill that UCLA role. Isn't able to do that because NCAA might hold him out because they say you might have either made money at JBA or Lithuania. Can't really do this, bro. So you're going to be academically ineligible. I believe that's why they didn't end up going, because otherwise I think he just would have went to college. Sees that, oh, RJ Hampton going abroad to play. I've done that before. I can do that. And probably from Jermaine saying, look, bro, you go over here and show out in this Australian league because we can't really mess with the China situation because your brother kind of unfortunately soured that for us. Let's go over here where the competition's still pretty good. All right, let's go do that. Hops over to the Illawarra Hawks. At first, it's a struggle. People saying, man, RJ Hampton's so much better than Melo, bro. And not to mention, RJ Hampton is on a much better team. LaMelo, I believe his team was at the bottom of the standings around then. But through time, LaMelo starts to average almost a triple-dub, bro. He hit a couple triple-doubles. You can see him starting to get better as a player, right? You can see the flashes. You can see, he got the flair for the dramatics. He got the handle. He can shoot it all right, but shooting can be improved in time. All that is more practice, more repetition. But his feel for the game is unbelievable. He's leading his team to comebacks. You know, he diamond assists that you wish his teammates was finishing. They just not, because they ain't, they all ain't on that level. But it's cool. You can see that the potential is there. Around this point in time is now where we start to get to why I say he's in a league of his own. Rumor has it that he was offered $100 million in a jet as a part of his endorsement deal. Now, there were a lot of people that were questioning, why in the hell would somebody offer LaMelo Ball $100 million in a jet? This dude a scrub. Couldn't even play in college, so he had to go overseas. I don't see it that way again, guys. This kid has had his name in the spotlight for how long? He's more LeBron than he is Zion to that social aspect. Not playing style. Throw the playing style out, right? From the social aspect of he's had so much pressure he's had to deal with, being on national TV, having the Facebook reality show, having your dad always throw your name in there, having millions of followers, right before you can even get your driver's license, having your own brand, big baller brand, having your own shoe. Another reason why he probably would have been academically ineligible to go to NCAA. He's had to survive all of that and still keep a straight head on, which is he's been able to do. Gets me back to him being offered $100 million in a jet. He's coming into the league with more followers than some NBA teams might have, than a bunch of NBA players have, right? So that's already going to boost it up. So you already going to have to come to him with a premier package as an endorsement deal, right? But you throw the $100 million in a jet in there because you need to show how serious you are about this business and where you believe his potential could go. Melvin, you haven't explained to me where his potential could go. All right, cool. Here's where all of this starts to tie in together. I want you to picture in your mind, right? Big baller brand. Picture in your mind the Illawarra Hawks we played for. Picture in your mind who they just officially signed to as of today, or planning to sign to. According to his manager, Jermaine Jackson, him, his brother, both of his brothers, Lonzo and LiAngelo, are all going to sign to Rock Nation Sports. Hove. If Hove ain't the GOAT for this, Hove playing chess right now with this. If y'all don't see where I'm going with this, man, don't worry, I'm gonna lay it out for you. Now, Rock Nation, Jay-Z, who's a major consultant, I guess you could say. I thought he was the head of basketball for Puma, but they came and cleared that up a little bit. He got the Puma ties, right? Same reason that Nip was able to get on the Puma jet for the Racks in the Middle video. Again, make sure to picture Rock Nation, Illawarra Hawks, big baller brand. Now think of those three things. Think of this Puma deal. These are things that none of the other prospects and nobody else that has ever come into the NBA before have had. And this is why you add all this to the pot to say that LaMelo may have the greatest story going into the NBA draft, going into the NBA in general. Per the news that was broken some time ago by his manager, Jermaine Jackson, they got pulled down, but they still figuring out that situation, right? LaMelo was about to buy the Illawarra Hawks. LaMelo and his manager was going to buy it. Why? The team was in financial uncertainty, wasn't sure if they was going to be able to last. Now, if you were paying attention, LaMelo also donated some of the money that he earned through his contract when the wildfires in Australia was going on to help out there. He's developed such a kinship with the people out there. He really enjoys it out there. He's appreciative of what they have given him, and he wants to give back. Now, why would him buy the Illawarra Hawks be such a big deal? Number one, you a 17, 18-year-old young man and you own a basketball team. I take my do-rag off to you, bro. Take my hat off to you, bro. Congratulations. Something ain't nobody else ever did. You in an ownership game already. Yeah, it may not be an NBA franchise, but how many of us got a legit shot at owning an NBA franchise? Not many. The fact that he owns this already shows the level of thinking that his father put into all these boys at that point in time. Shows that he was actually listening during those times. Why is him buying that team so important? What's the second reason? It forced the NBA's hand. How did it force the NBA's hand? It forced the NBA's hand because this whole G League thing with the select team wouldn't be as sped up if they didn't see the numbers that RJ Hampton and LaMelo Ball were bringing, the eyeballs they were bringing to those Facebook streams. If you see the eyeballs that people were up at 2 a.m. to watch them Lithuania games. People were watching them JBA games, even if just to hate. People were watching them Spire Academy games. People were watching them Illawarra Hawk games against him and RJ Hampton. Granted, the NBA didn't like their scouts having to go all the way over there for those two prospects and then coming all the way back. So that does add an aspect to it. But the NBA saw what I'm explaining to you guys right now, what LeVar Ball was trying to do with the JBA. Have it to where, okay, cool, this is going to be the pipeline to the NBA. Keyword pipeline. This is what the Illawarra Hawks can be for certain high school talents. Hell, even for certain collegiate talent that don't get the look in the league that they want. Right? LaMelo is coming over here saying, look, I can bring people that have been in the NBA over to the Illawarra Hawks. Put them in the front office. Put them on the court. I can help to improve this franchise. Now, if he can take the Illawarra Hawks to even be middle of the pack or be top of the game in I believe it's the NBL that they're in, how incredible is that? Now you build out, again, going back to the keyword pipeline, where you could say, hey, big time high school recruit, you don't want to go play in college? Okay. The G League select team before, I think they were going to make around 120,000, which is crazy because certain G Leaguers don't even make above 60 and they travel on buses. I need the NBA to figure that out because that's a slap in the face to them G Leaguers. NBA, y'all making way too much money for these G Leaguers to be getting paid teacher salaries, bro. Way too much. And that's offensive to the teachers, bro. Teachers should definitely be getting paid more. Shouldn't no teacher have to be struggling? But that's a topic for another day. G Leaguers are making teacher salaries right now. And you having kids like Jalen. Oh, man, I'm forgetting this young kid's name. Let me go ahead and pull up. G League select team. Jalen Green. There we go. Jalen Green is coming in. And he's going to make about $500,000 on his contract. Now, when you look at it, he probably going to make half of that because you got to pay people, right? Pay for somewhere to live. Pay everybody that's on your team. He might make more through endorsements, though. Good for him. But he's not coming in here with his own team. So what if G League select team only takes a few players? If they say, all right, we only taking 10 players, right? Imagine the top 100 high school players. Out of that top 100, 10 of them saying we going to the G League select team. We had a pool of 90. Now that pool of 90 that's left, I could go to college and play. But I don't know when college is going to start back up. I don't know what's going to happen with that. I don't know what's the rules going to be. Are they going to change things now? How's that going to work? What's going to happen there? I could go be the big man there. Or I could go to Australia. I could make money to send back home to my family. I could really understand what it takes to be a professional, right? I can really go test the waters to see if I'm ready for this. In a system, in an environment, in surroundings where we have people that have been in the NBA and can tell me firsthand, this is what this is going to be like. This is what this is going to be like, because it's structured there. Why? Because that's who LaMelo Ball and Jermaine Jackson brought in to run the operation. These are the type of individuals that they brought in to make sure that with me getting over there, I'm going to be as prepared as possible for the NBA game. Right? This creates another pipeline. Now, out of those 90, maybe only 3 or 4, hell, maybe only 2 might go. But if those 2 are successful, if those 2 can show that they can really play in a professional league, now instead of going to college where I got to deal with class, I'm tired, coach yelling at me, I got my roommates, do I want to go party, all these other things, you immediately can go and say, I'm now a professional. I have to treat it as such. All these other distractions, I got to learn to move out the way, because I'm about my money now, because now this is feeding my family. Ultimately what I wanted, what I would have loved to have declared out of high school, but I can't. That's fine. Now I can be more professional by the time I get to the league, and instead of them having to worry about me wilding out, doing this, that, and the third, I'm already where I need to be and can assimilate a lot easier. Again, this is something that LaMelo Ball is bringing to the table as an NBA prospect. He's creating a pipeline for other people to duplicate what he did and potentially have more success than he did over there and come into the NBA and be able to achieve more. You could go to, I'm going to just name a random school like Wake Forest. No offense to Wake Forest whatsoever. Very good program, right? Very good program. You could go to a school like Wake Forest, have a good year, probably end up going somewhere in the lottery. You could go overseas to Australia, play in this league that they have over there, shine. Instead of lottery, you might be looking top 10, top 5, depending on how well you do, because you playing against grown men. Yeah, they're like, the competition's watered down. It's still professional competition. That's no shade to the college game. It's professional competition. That's the main reason why a lot of people that were cool or showing out during college basketball, why they still got Melo in the top 3, top 5. Professional competition, baby. And it don't help that he is 6'8". It doesn't hurt that he's a 6'8" point guard, but having that pro attached to it adds an entire different element. That's why the Illawarra Hawks aspect is so good, right? That's what adds to LaMelo's stories, that I'm creating a pipeline for other people to come into the league. Now, how does this tie in with Roc Nation and Puma? Obviously, I mentioned the Puma tie that Jay-Z has earlier, right? So that helps to sweeten the deal. But this is where the Big Baller Brand piece comes in. Big Baller Brand, I wish would have been more successful in the first run. They had that whole issue with the guy that was running it before. I'm not really going into all of that, right? We saw what happened. It's honestly shameful that Lonzo got taken advantage of and that some of his money got stolen. But I'm sure he's gonna get that back. Especially Roc Nation gonna make sure he alright, type thing, right? Big Baller Brand. So much untapped potential in that. Big Baller Brand was making how much in sales? Don't know. Don't really care. I know that it wasn't to the effect that they were like booming like that. They were good. Don't get me wrong. They weren't booming like that though. Not to the level which LeVar was spitting out. Reason why this is a big piece is because he's coming into the league with his own brand. Melvin, Lonzo did this already. Yes, Lonzo did this already. LaMelo's coming in with his own shoe. Melvin, Lonzo did this already. Yes, he did this already. But go back to that Puma thing, right? I offer you $100 million in a jet because now I can bring Big Baller Brand into it. We can split some of the profits from Big Baller Brand. We can add Big Baller Brand to the Puma legacy, to the Puma family. Now it's a Puma Big Baller Brand collaboration. Now this young man is coming in with his own shoe, his own brand that is affiliated with this major brand. Now instead of having to go online and people waiting, when am I going to get my big baller shoes? I can go to the Puma store and get my big baller shoes. I can go to the Puma store and get my LaMelo Ball merchandise. I can go to the Puma store and possibly, here's another linking thing, go back to that pipeline I was saying. Puma sponsors Illawarra Hawks. I can now go get me an Illawarra Hawks jersey. Why is that so important? Now Puma has a direct pipeline to other players from high school that are going to be coming in and playing over there. Puma can say, we're going to sponsor the jerseys. We're going to sponsor the gear. We doing all of that. Now, say for example, what if Zion didn't go to Duke, right? What if Zion didn't go to Duke and decided, I'm not going to do the G League Select? I know, alternate universe, but just walk with me here, right? He goes over and plays in Australia. Instead of Nike getting him signed, now Puma is going to get that deal. That could happen for anybody. Nobody knew that Kawhi was going to sign with New Balance. What if a Kawhi type of guy, not saying playing style, but saying his story, right? Goes and plays overseas, now comes into the league, gets locked into this deal and ascends the way that Kawhi has. Now Puma got another star. All this is built off the back of what Lonzo has been able to bring in. Nobody else is doing this. Nobody else has a story like this. This again is why I said LaMelo Ball is in a league of his own. He's coming in with, at some point in time when this deal goes through, his own team. He's going to have his own brand. And he's going to have Jay-Z helping him out through Rock Nation Sports, bro. By the time this guy is 24, 25, it's going to be scary what he will have accomplished at that point. Not to mention, right, and say, I don't wish this to happen. I really want LiAngelo to play overseas. To play in the NBA. But remember back when LeVar was saying LiAngelo probably going to be the one to play overseas? Now LiAngelo can go have a full career in Australia. LiAngelo can play his entire career in Australia and then make it back over and get court seats for every one of his brother's games. Not to mention be the face of the big baller brand, baby. Do you understand how big this is? This has never been done in history before. And LaMelo Ball could walk into the NBA with all of this. And whatever team gets him, your PR going through the roof, baby. Especially if you play well. So you draft him into a good organization where things are ran correctly. Now, every time his name is brought up, the excellence that he's getting from your organization is going to be brought up too. I'm telling y'all, man, LaMelo Ball has the greatest story going into this NBA draft. And if he's able to even achieve the expectations that people have, and he supersedes them, my God, it's going to be scary what this young man can accomplish, bro. Scary. All right, that's it with the LaMelo Ball situation. Let's talk about the Jordan documentary, right? Okay, the Jordan documentary, guys. How good is it? It's so amazing. I love it, man. Being from Chicago, I never really watched. I don't have the memories like that of Jordan. I've got some of them. I do remember like turning on SportsCenter, seeing highlights from time to time, but I don't have those memories like that. I was more of a bookworm kid, bro. I was reading books at that point in time. I really wasn't paying attention to sports. So being able to relive a lot of this is dope for me. I will say, I think the NBA TV and the NBA are dropping the ball, because you could be showing all the games that were around this point in time. You could be showing nonstop Jordan content. And the fact that they not, y'all know what y'all missing out on? Look, I'm going to give y'all some free game, right? This is something that I'm going to start doing whenever I become a big-time producer. I'm calling the NBA. Yo, Adam Silver, how you doing? Yo, Mel, what up? I'm mad that we got the sound, but y'all get what I'm saying. We on the phone. Yo, Adam, I got an idea for y'all. All right, Melvin, talk to me. We doing Michael Jordan doc right now. let's cut deals with some of the companies that are still around from back in that point in time. McDonald's, Burger King, Fruit Loops, Wheaties, Nike, Gatorade, all of that. Cutting commercials with all of them. Okay? For what? Cut commercials with them to be able to do two things. On NBA TV, we running everything that y'all got that's Michael Jordan content related. Right? Okay. I want you to play all his games. We're going to figure out a schedule for his games. We're also going to figure out a schedule for, regular season games, all-star stuff, playoffs. If he got Fly With Me, Michael Jordan's Playground, we running all of that stuff. I want those deals that we cut with those companies that were around then and be ran around that point in time. We're going full 90s nostalgia feel. Right? Now, if you're saying, hey, Melvin, we already got advertisers that we promised. Okay, cool. Then let's run that content in blocks. We're going to have to cut a deal with somebody or two companies. And then for maybe this 3-hour stretch, 90s. NBA in the 90s. That's what we doing. Now, the other part of that is we going online. If you don't want to do that, let's do this online stuff. Let's go to Facebook Live, right? Let's go to YouTube. Build up our YouTube audience, because, I'm a YouTube guy, as y'all already know. Let's build up our YouTube audience. Grab me, Kevin Harlan, Hubie Brown, or Doug Collins, and then grab me, maybe not Jalen Rose, grab me somebody else that was playing around that same time that MJ was. I follow Eddie Johnson on Twitter, so I'm gonna say Eddie Johnson right now, right? Grab me somebody, grab me 3 people like that. I need my traditional broadcast announcer, my traditional play-by-play person. I need my traditional color commentary person, and then I need that third person that was playing at that point in time that can break it down for me. Right? Maybe it's probably Isaiah Thomas. Nah, he got that disdain for MJ right now because of what they going through. Maybe not him, but somebody else. Y'all get what I'm going for, right? I'm going to just throw a name out there because I think this dude is amazing. Don't get his just due. Mitch Richmond. I don't even know if he talk anything basketball related, but we going to bring him on. All right, Melvin, why are we naming these people? I want to go on live, and if we can't do all these things on TV, let's go do this on the Facebook, YouTube pages. Play the games. Have these people call the games right now. Don't have the people that called the games back then. Have them call the games right now in real time. You can have like Kevin Johnson, Mitch Richmond break down what's going on. Talk about what was happening at that point in time. Hell, what's Stacey King doing? Stacey King played on the Bulls, baby. Come on, Stacey King, bro. Hey, he be at all the Bulls games. Come on, Stacey. Matter of fact, yeah, bring Stacey King over here. Sorry, Mitch Richmond. Bring Stacey King on. Talk about all of this as it's going on right then. We going through this nostalgia stuff. Timeout call, boom. We cut into a 90s commercial. Sometimes I dream that he is me. We cut into that. We come to the Gatorade. We come to the Wheaties. It don't have to be just Michael Jordan centric. We could even do Super Soakers if y'all want. Canon, y'all got commercials y'all ran back then? Put those on. Oh, other networks want to get in? Okay, Smart Water. Okay, Netflix, you want to get in on this? Cool. Put together a commercial that's in the 90s style. Now we got to make sure to have something to say that, hey, this company wasn't around back then, but they want to get in on it. Let's have a bar right there because we want to make sure that we educating people, right? I don't want nobody thinking that Netflix or Smart Water been around that long when they haven't. But let's go all the way in on this idea, man. I think that that's the type of stuff that they should be doing around this, right? That's just a taste of stuff that I would want to do if I was able to have something this big go on and be able to influence how people viewed it. Because every time you watch one of these episodes, now you want to go back and watch the games. I want to watch the entire series. I want to watch everything between Magic and Michael. What happened at that point in time? What was Magic going through? Somebody could say, hey man, this was just a couple months before the HIV announcement. This is the last finals Magic ever played in, right? Give me all of that. I need to live through all of that in this current time right now. That's just my thought on that. But getting back to the documentary overall, look, Mike is amazing, bro. Don't get me wrong. Mike is amazing. But let me set up my tier system for y'all so that y'all understand where I'm at with Michael Jordan. I think Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. I think he's the greatest basketball player of all time. I think LeBron is the best basketball player of all time. Difference being, I think that if you were going to check off all the boxes, build a prototype player that was able to do everything, fundamentals included, I think LeBron is that guy. Now, I think maybe fundamentally we might be splitting hairs between him and Michael, but the reason that I'm going to favor LeBron over Michael is due to the fact that LeBron is ambidextrous and is naturally left-handed. And because of that, I think he's able to do a lot of things with his offhand that Mike, don't get me wrong, I think Mike would have worked hard at it. I don't think he could do. Right? I just don't think he could do it. Fundamentally sound, LeBron's the guy. Best player of all time. Greatest player of all time, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time because nobody showed up bigger in the clutch moments than he did. If I'm going for a last second shot, my personal favorite, my personal GOAT is Kobe. I'm probably going to pick Kobe. But if I'm like, it's game whatever, game on the line for the championship, Mike is the guy 10 times out of 10 for majority of people. You don't have a year like Mike did where you the MVP, All-Star Game, MVP, leading scorer, Defensive Player of the Year, all of that. Like, you don't get that often. In terms of being the greatest, that's where Michael is. So I can have that distinction between the two to say that I think LeBron is the best player I've ever seen. I think Michael Jordan is the greatest. And leave it at that and respect their greatness. But Kobe is my personal favorite. Kobe is my GOAT. That's my guy. He worked himself to the bone, literally and figuratively, to have his name in that Mount Rushmore. Now, I think that it's so cool to be able to see Jordan be unleashed, be raw, give us all the emotions and what he was feeling at that point in time. I do notice that his glass that's by his side, some points is real low, some points is real high, and them eyes is bloodshot red, baby. He been drinking. So we getting the full reel from him the entire time, which we don't get often. And I think it's so cool that ESPN also has it unedited. I want to hear Michael Jordan say them F words. I want to hear him saying them S words, them B words. Horace Grant, go ahead, bro. You think the Detroit Pistons are all some B's? Yes. Give me all of that. I love it. It got me wanting to work out right then, bro. Got me wanting to work out right then and there. I just think it's so great, and I can't wait to watch the rest of these, man. I absolutely cannot. I could go on and on about Jordan for days, but I got to get through the rest of these topics. So moving on to Pippen, I think that it's criminal, right? And this is the part that goes to Jordan being the asshole. In the first 2 episodes when Jordan was saying he thought that Scottie was being selfish for not having the surgery earlier so that it didn't impact the season, Mike, it's a lot easier for you to say that when you making $34 million and Scottie making $2 million. You riding off in a Ferrari, in a Wraith, if they had a Wraith at that point in time, right? Let's go to Ferrari. You ride around in a Ferrari, Scottie Pippen driving a Pinto, going to fill up at the gas station. Come on, bro. I'm making $2.5 million. I'm making $2.5 million. You making 30 something. Now, my roommate pointed out to me, hey, man, Scottie did get his just due on that next contract with the Trailblazers, so they made the same amount. Cool, but we all know they didn't make the same amount. Come on now, endorsements. Now, that's on the Scottie team. But if I'm Mike and Pip is my guy, redo his contract. Redo this man contract ASAP, because he's outperformed it for damn sure. I think it's criminal that Scottie Pippen was only getting paid $18 million for them years that he was a champion. That's crazy to me. It's extremely unfortunate, but I'm glad that he did get his money on the back end from that Trailblazers contract. Rodman, boy, would I love a documentary on them 48 hours when he was in Vegas. I would love to watch that. Him just going around, seeing him just having a ball. And when they talk about MJ going to get him, so did MJ have to go to Vegas to get him? Because if that's true, how long did MJ spend on the craps table? Because we know that MJ loved to gamble. How long was he over there for? Was it a little while? Was it a good amount of time? I want give me these whole 48 hours in this doc. Tell me everything. Tell me everything. Carmen Electra, yo, she had to hide from MJ when he was coming to get Dennis. That's funny to me. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. But I love seeing the aspect of Dennis where he was breaking down just like the projections of where the ball would go based on who was shooting and the arc it had, the backspin to be able to say, oh, the ball's going here. Okay, so I got to be here. I got to position myself here. I got to do this. I got to be here. Okay, this person is who I'm guarding today, so they like to do this. So now I'm going to go here when this rebound goes. Bro, Dennis Rodman was a mathematician, mad scientist when it came to getting them rebounds, and I love that. Being able to see somebody be so in-depth with something to that degree, to that level, excites me. That's what gets my adrenaline going. To be like, oh, he loves this, bro. He loves this. It's so cool. It's so cool to me to be able to see that. It's so like amazing. I just absolutely love it, bro. Absolutely love it. I hope we get a little bit more of that. The whole Pistons thing to me, yeah, it sucked that like the Celtics had walked off and that they didn't shake their hands. And you know what? A part of that is because it was Pistons, bunch of black dudes, Boston, bunch of white dudes. They not finna paint Larry Bird in that picture, you know. But some of that also I attribute to, hey man, Isaiah, look, you're not gonna be remembered favorably because you going up against the next one that the league is putting the light on. You beating his ass, literally and figuratively. Even if you did shake his hand, I don't think that they still would have painted y'all in the best light anyway because of what the Jordan rules were. So you went out how y'all wanted to go out. Yes, over time your opinion gonna change. Everybody's opinion changes over time. But I just ride that wave to be like, yeah, bro, look, that's what we did. I feel differently now, but that's what it was back in there, back at that point in time. So be it. Today, me and Mike can shake hands, have a beer, all of that. At that point in time, hell no. Not doing it. And I understand. But that's what comes wrong with having a real rivalry and being able to pose your will on somebody both physically and mentally. So that disdain is going to be there. Part of the reason why we don't have rivalries today, because you can't be physical like that. You can't beat nobody up like that. You know? You can have beef with somebody, but ain't nobody teams finna have, full teams ain't finna have beef with other teams no more. That's dead. That's gone. That's dead and gone. Jordan documentary is amazing, man. If you haven't been able to watch the first 4 episodes, please go watch them. They're so great. I'm interested. Please tell me down below what you think about them. Cause man, it's so awesome to see somebody just be so good at their job. Like I remember somebody said in the documentary, you can argue that Michael Jordan was the best at his job, better than anybody else ever was and ever will be. And it's a legitimate argument. And we got to see that. It's amazing to me. Also, the whole Phil Jackson, Jerry Krause thing. Jerry Krause was a damn good GM. Yeah, he sucked personally, but that man was a damn good GM. Phil Jackson, also very good coach. Probably Doug Collins could have done well, but Phil beat him to the punch. Phil beat him. It was funny seeing Michael, and I love, this was one thing that I did point out. It was crazy seeing people be like, Michael had to learn to pass, and once that happened, the game just opened up for everybody, and it was so beautiful. Yet y'all do get on LeBron about that all the time. That when that's naturally how he moves and what he does, that people just want to berate him for that. Be like, you got to take that shot. Michael would have taken that shot. That's not the same thing that we saw. And I feel Shannon Sharp on Undisputed when he was saying that, but the way in which you saying it, bro, people gonna think that you a LeBron lover so much that you can't let things go, bro. You gotta pull some of that back. You just be like, man, look, let's just keep it fair. We keep it fair, cool. But if we not gonna keep it fair, what's the point? Now we getting emotional in these arguments instead of being factual. Y'all were for a fact saying MJ would take that shot, LeBron take that shot instead of passing it to his teammate. MJ had to do the same thing. They're like, yeah, MJ had to pass because he was getting triple teamed. You don't think LeBron is? He is. He's finding an open man. He's making the right play. And let's also argue, man, look, LeBron might have never left Cleveland if he had Jerry Krause as his GM. Because Jerry Krause brought in some people that helped to develop with him and win. Who LeBron developed with? Ira Newble? Boobie Gibson and Olders of Jonas Ilgauskas. He didn't really have no Robin like that. So yes, he had to leave, especially when Dan Gilbert was saying, I'm not finna give you. LeBron was like, man, please trade JJ Hickson and give me Amari Stoudemire so I have some help here. No, we keeping JJ Hickson because he gonna be good. How many of y'all remember JJ Hickson? If LeBron is working out with this dude every day and sees that he ain't gonna be that guy and he's asking you to go get somebody to help him and you don't, I don't blame that man for leaving at all. I don't blame him for leaving at all. All right, moving on to the next thing. AMC. Y'all know AMC Theaters in debt. Per the Hollywood Reporter. All right, B. Riley FBR analyst Eric Wold. Yes, that is correct. Wold, who predicted that AMC would have to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy this summer, has said that they are now in a more increasingly confident situation. You know, their stock went from sell to neutral. But for a good while, and still kind of to this point in time, it's looking like AMC was going to have to go into bankruptcy. Now, why is that important? Melvin, why are you bringing this up? I think it's crazy to me that AMC, the biggest movie theater chain in America, would have to be sold off. Would have to go into bankruptcy. Like, that's wild. Y'all think that's crazy? That's insane. But I know somebody that could fix it. His initials are JB. None other than the big man over Amazon himself, Jeff Bezos. Why Jeff? Because he owns Amazon. And what could Amazon do? Amazon could fulfill all the things that AMC already does. Food, Amazon can do that, right? Lounging. How many people go and buy stuff for their apartment off of Amazon? Amazon can change up all the seats in the theaters, right? Improve the facilities tenfold. Change up the bathrooms, staff. That would be dope for Amazon to buy it. That would be incredible. Now, here's the thing though. Amazon buys this. We start getting into murky water because now they're like, what if we don't want to show this Netflix movie, this Hulu movie, these other movies from these Disney movies? What if we don't want to do that? That's why I said Jeff Bezos has to buy it. And you have to keep it as an independent entity to say, we can provide assistance if you need it. We can cover the $1 billion that y'all reportedly spent to improve y'all facilities and help them improve even more. But you got to keep them separate, because if Amazon starts a monopoly over the movie industry, then it's going to get crazy. It's going to say stuff going to go left real quick. But I do believe that Amazon could be, Jeff Bezos with Amazon, if they kept it independent. Like, say, for example, Amazon did buy it, right? Just keep the movie theater chain independent. So say that y'all will never be in trouble again because we got the money to back y'all. We can help to improve the facilities, pay for that. But the vendors that y'all currently using, if y'all want to continue to use them, go right on ahead. But if not, Amazon Fresh, we got y'all on everything that y'all would need. The same way that, like, I go to the Alamo Theater out here, right? I can sit down and have a full meal while I'm watching my movie. Amazon could provide all of that to AMC theaters. Now you can have people eating that at the theaters, bro. Would be incredible. Would be incredible. Now, the only hang up, once again, is that you would run into the monopoly situation where I'm like, I don't want Amazon to have such a huge monopoly of the movie industry and such a big portion of it that they start cutting out other people. But if they can just keep it as a separate entity so that way it doesn't fold, I would love it. I would love it. Please. These are the major moves. I just be thinking about stuff like this all the time, y'all. Just be daydreaming. But what would they even name themselves? Amazon movie, Amazon multiplex cinemas. I don't know. Y'all comment, send me the best AMC name you can come up with, Amazon owning it. Because I can't, the best I got is Amazon multiplex cinemas. And multiplex and cinemas, that's the same thing virtually in my mind. So that don't make sense. That don't make no sense to me. But it'd be dope. Again, easy pipeline to be able to get to streaming because Amazon's already going to figure that out on the back end. Could redo the facilities, get better food. Staff would be amazing. Customer service would be on it. AMC could technically, like, if you can continue to charge people the same amount for a movie ticket, could probably get on the airplanes and stuff too through Amazon. It's like an AMC Amazon partnership. But I think if they did that, with Amazon just, that's where it starts to get tricky, because I don't want Amazon's entertainment, like content, to bleed over into that and for them to do too much. Like, I don't want them to be like, oh, we're gonna put all the Amazon movies on first and now we'll get everybody else. So again, if they can stay independent and do it, great. I'd rather them do it than an overseas company do it, just to keep it American. Just keep it American. Keep the jobs up. Y'all can afford to pay people, so everything will be all good. Everything would be all good. Boy. Oh, man, oh man. I just be having so much fun thinking of stuff like this. Just be sitting there being like, what company could merge with this company? What company could be with this company? If y'all ever be thinking about any of that, let me know down below too. Or send that to me too. Cause I just be daydreaming about this. All right, let me go ahead and get ready, bro. Cause I've been talking for a long time. And I need to go and wrap this up. I need to go and wrap this up. All right. The Lakers, man, they in trouble. Why? Per ESPN's Kevin Arnovitz, the Lakers had to return $4.6 million that they received from the federal government program intended to help small businesses during this economic crisis. Okay. They applied for relief for the Small Business Administration's Paycheck Protection Program. Now, why is this such a big deal? This is such a big deal because 2 weeks after the program, or less than 2 weeks after the program was announced, the money was gone. They ran out of money. So that means that a lot of small mom and pop shops that could have stayed around didn't get the money that they needed to be able to stay afloat, but the Lakers got that money. Other companies like Shake Shack, Auto Nation, I believe those are the two that I have listed here, and a few others also got money. They all have said they will return it, but it shouldn't have got to that point. I'm looking at these big companies like, look, y'all big for a reason. Y'all big because y'all get so much of the pie. Y'all need to understand how to trim some of that pie and save it for a rainy day. I know that these small companies need to do the same, but due to this pandemic that's going on and this situation, They should get the help that they need before y'all do, because y'all are so big. Y'all should have more resources to figure this out. That's not dipping into their pool. That's not fair. So I hope that not only do they give that money back, but they match that money and donate that to other small businesses that were affected by them getting that money. Because again, that's not fair to the hardworking mom and dad, grandma and grandpa, man and woman out here that's trying to make their business stay afloat and can't, because these bigger businesses are taking the funds that they need to stay alive. That's not okay. You know what? If the Lakers are getting shit for it, they need to get shit for it. If the other companies I mentioned are doing the same, they need to do the same too. Because that's not okay. Yes, like I said before, I am very liberal, but I also am a capitalist. I want people to get their money. When somebody has a business they've been running for 20 years and can't stay open because a tech giant somewhere applied for money for the same program, but they got it and the small business didn't. Again, I'm for people getting their money, but we all know that small business needed more than that tech giant. Get that small business their money and quit playing. Get them their money and quit playing. Just want to throw that out there. Last thing from Say It With Your Chest, man, quarantine, man. Quarantine for me has been an interesting time. It's been an interesting time because I've been using this time to write, been using this time to sit back and reflect, been using this time to cook a lot of food. If some of y'all read that New York Times article that I was in, especially rice. This quarantine, man, this is an unprecedented moment in human history. And I don't say that lightly. I say that because... Oops, sorry. You know when you get that text that you in trouble? Yeah, I just got that right now. I thought I was supposed to go and help make something. My bad. I ain't know that we were scheduled to do that. That ain't get told to me. Well, it'll be okay. Okay, hey. And y'all listen to Theopolis London, the big boy. Y'all know what song I'm singing. All right. Quarantine has been interesting, and it's an unprecedented moment, a unique moment in human history, because at least for the creative standpoint, this is a major reset for all of us. If you've ever had an inkling to do something creative, or ever really wanted to do something creative, or ever really wanted to put an idea to paper, this is your time now. I understand that yes, this is a pandemic. Yes, this is a national crisis. And if you have things that are that pressing that don't allow you to have that creative energy, handle that. We need you to be here more than anything else. But if your needs are taken care of and you're okay right now, start putting your ideas down on paper. Because you can come out of this with so much more than you went into it. You can come out of this with that business plan you've been trying to put together. You can come out of this with that YouTube channel you've been thinking of starting. You can come out of this with the table of contents for that book that you're writing. You can come out of this with your clothing line put together. You can come out of this with your website designed. You can come out of this with that script that you've written. You can come out of this with these sketches that you put together. You can come out of this with something beautiful. And if you're sitting back and wasting some of this time, not all of it, but some of it, shame on you. Because some of this time could be used to advance yourself. Again, if you're going through something where on a day-to-day basis, you just don't have the time to do this, I understand that. This is a national crisis, bro. I didn't immediately jump in this mode either. I immediately was like, this is a national crisis, bro. Let me get through this mentally first. Then I can get to all of that. Let me figure out where my headspace is. Then I can get to all of that. Now, after you get through that, go ahead and start creating, man. This goes back to that legacy talk that I had early on. It puts me in a mindset of, where do I want to be? What do I want to leave? What do I want to do? And this is a unique moment for us because we now have actual time while the earth heals herself to sit down and reflect on what we want out of life. If you got people in your life that don't need to be there, get rid of them. If you got situations in your life that don't need to be there, get rid of them. You got time to do that right now. Do that. So that when you come out of this, you know what's important and you can go for whatever it is that you want. Do that for sure. Do that for damn sure. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up real quick. Stay tailored and untailored. Who is tailored this week? Everybody that leaked this Yandhi album. So I've been listening to the Yandhi album, right? This was the album we were supposed to get from Kanye West some time ago, before he took the Christian route. I'm telling y'all right now, some of these songs I got are damn amazing, bro. I might go on live and play some more of them just so that way y'all can listen to them. I ain't put them on my YouTube and get my channel at risk. That's not happening no more. I might do it through IG. I might do a Discord where y'all can listen, or I might put it on Patreon. So definitely stay tuned to my social media to see where I'm gonna do that, because I'm gonna have full listening sessions for all of that. I'm gonna have full listening sessions for all of those. If y'all want to listen to them, we can do that there. But the albums is good, y'all. Some of these are just drafts of songs that he put together. Some of these are complete songs. They're damn good. Some of them would be hits that if Kanye dropped right now would be number ones. That's how good they are. And I've been listening to them nonstop, thinking of old Kanye when I put these on. So that's who was tailored this week. Untailored this week, the Patriots and their kicker, Justin Rohrwasser. I don't even know how to say his name correctly, but he's from Marshall. Why? Why is he untailored? Because he has a tattoo on his arm with the logo of the 3 Percenters, a far-right militia group. Okay? This includes the Roman numeral 3, surrounded by 13 stars in a circle. It has become popular among anti-government extremists. Okay? He also has a tattoo of American flag on his arm and other tattoos that say liberty or death or don't tread on me. Now, the 3 Percenters became popular. They formed after Barack Obama took office in 2009. They view themselves as modern day versions of the colonists who fought the British during the Revolutionary War and now devoted to fighting what they view as tyrannical U.S. government. Okay? So, put it this way. They are a very, very, very right group. I need to do more specific research to see if they would be on the alt-right side of things, but it seems that that's where they are trending towards. That's where some of their values come from. And how fitting is it that the Patriots organization would draft somebody like this? And the fact that this guy says, look, he said that he was, quote, he said that he was unaware of what the 3 Percenters stood for and that he did not support the group. Quote, obviously it evolved into something I do not want to represent. When I look back on it, I should have done way more research before I put any mark or symbol like that on my body, and it's not something I ever want to represent. It will be covered. Is it going to be covered up because you're getting rid of it? Or are you just covering it up with a sleeve because that's still what you truly believe? But yet and still, Kaepernick couldn't get a job, but this man can? That's some BS and y'all know it. Again, that's some BS and y'all know it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all so much for tuning in to this episode of The Alternative with Melvin Taylor. Remember, you can find us on WHCR.org. WHCR 90.3 FM, the voice of Harlem. You can find me on social media, TheAltWithMel, on my YouTube channel, as well as our Instagram page. If you want to reach out to me, if you're an independent artist or you know somebody that's got a mixtape that want to be heard, have them hit my Patreon page. You can go on Patreon, type in Melvin Taylor II, or send me an email, TheAltWithMel@gmail.com, and we can send more information on that. Outside of that, guys, you can find me, Melvin Taylor, on all my social media, Melvin Taylor II, and my website, Melvin Taylor II, or my YouTube channel, Melvin Taylor II. Thank y'all so much for listening to this quarantine episode. There will be more of them to come. This Friday, May 1st, is my birthday, so please make sure that y'all send me a shout out, or at least pray for me, man. Send some good vibes. Because with this legacy talk that I've been telling y'all, I'm really thinking about what I'm going to go do next. Thank y'all so much for listening, watching, Stay blessed, stay favored. Always stay tailored. If you got a dream, see it through. And I will see you next time on the show, man. Peace and love.